Welcome. Friends, today, you will uncover something that can transform the way you learn English forever, not just for a short season. This change isn't temporary. It's not for exams. It's not for a few weeks. It's the kind of change that rewrites your entire journey. Forget grammar drills, endless vocabulary lists, or shallow hacks. This isn't about tricks. It's about building a living system inside you, a new version of yourself, one that doesn't struggle, doesn't force, doesn't overthink, because English flows out naturally. Like air itself. If you've ever whispered, "I understand English, but I freeze when speaking. I translate in my head. I lose confidence." This is for you. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're missing only one piece, the invisible power called habit. And once that habit locks into your life, English becomes part of you, like brushing your teeth, like walking, like breathing without effort. No more fear, no more awkward silence, no more confusion. Only clarity, rhythm, and words that feel alive inside your mouth. So stay with me until the final second, because each part of this video is a puzzle piece, and the full picture is your fluency. This isn't just another lesson. It's your blueprint, from a learner trapped in silence to a speaker alive with confidence and flow. If you're truly serious about growth, pause everything else. Give this video not just your eyes, but your heart and your voice. And if this journey speaks to you, join our community. Subscribe. Because we are not building students, we are building people who live English. Part 1. The truth. Why English is not a skill, it's a habit. Here's the truth no one tells you. English is not a skill, it is a habit. And habits shape your destiny. Most people think fluency is a trophy, something you win when you study enough. But fluency doesn't arrive as a prize. Fluency isn't a test. It isn't a certificate. It's not a finish line. Fluency is a system carved into your brain through repetition. Think about your first language. Do you plan every sentence before you speak? Of course not. You open your mouth, and it comes alive. Why? Because your brain has rehearsed it thousands of times. It's been trained by years of daily rhythm until speech became instinct. Now here's the key. If English isn't woven into your daily rhythm, no number of books or courses will ever make it natural. Let's compare it to something simple, brushing your teeth. You don't analyze the science. You don't hesitate. You just do it. No one says, "Today, I'll try hard to brush correctly." You pick up the brush, move your hand, and it happens automatically. That's how English should feel. Instinctive, automatic, not forced, not dependent on inspiration or mood, just part of your existence. But what happens now? Many learners want to speak, but they rely on motivation. They overthink. They wait for the right moment. That's not a habit. That's a wish. And wishes don't create fluency. Habits do. Systems do. Repetition does. Here's a secret. Fluency doesn't belong to the smartest students. Fluency belongs to the most consistent systems. That's why some people become fluent without teachers, while others remain stuck, even after years of expensive lessons. The first group made English part of their life. The second group made English a project on their to-do list. And here is a truth that can save you years. If you need motivation to speak English, you haven't built a habit yet, because habits don't depend on mood. They depend on momentum. And momentum is created by daily, repeatable action. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need talent. You don't even need to be confident right now. You need one thing: consistency, a small trigger, a reason to speak, a system that forces your brain to engage daily, until hesitation dies and fluency is born. Remember this: fluency is built, not gifted. It is automatic, not forced. It is repeated, not remembered. If you're still wondering why you struggle, it's not your grammar, it's not your memory, it's not intelligence. It's missing one thing: habit. And from this moment forward, that's going to change. Now we enter the battlefield inside your mind, the hidden enemy of fluency that whispers, delays, and silently steals your confidence every day. It doesn't shout, it doesn't warn you. It hides in the quiet corners of your thoughts, striking when you least expect it. This silent killer is called translation, and if you don't defeat it, fluency will always slip through your hands like sand. Picture this moment. You know exactly what you want to say. The idea is alive in your head, but your brain betrays you. It first builds the sentence in your native language. Then it scrambles to translate. Then it panics about grammar, accent, or mistakes. By the time your brain finishes, the moment is gone, the conversation has moved, and you are left in silence. Heart pounding, you whisper, "Sorry, I don't know how to say it." But the truth is, you did know. You just trusted translation more than yourself. Let's go deeper. How does a child learn language? Not by translating. They see water. They hear water. They say water. Direct link. There's no middle step, no inner dictionary, no grammar police. Just raw sound tied to raw experience, until it becomes natural speech. But adults, we create a prison. We tie English to our first language. Every word must pass through the bars of translation. Every sentence becomes a puzzle. Every thought becomes a delay. And every pause kills your confidence. Fluency dies in hesitation. Imagine you want to say, "I want to drink water." Instead, your brain first says it in your own tongue, then pauses. Now you fumble for words, rearrange grammar, question accent, fear mistakes. And suddenly, the simple act of speaking feels impossible, because fluency is not about perfection, it's about flow. And flow cannot exist when you are trapped between two languages. Listen carefully. The reason you feel nervous isn't because you're weak or unprepared. It's because you're fighting two battles at once. 1. Translating in your head. 2. Trying to speak with confidence. No brain on earth can handle that weight smoothly. Even fluent speakers would stumble under that double load. Translation is not help. It is a heavy chain that keeps you stuck. So how do you break it? You remove the middle step. You train your brain to think directly in English, not by force, not by memorizing rules, but by building daily habits that connect your thoughts straight to English words. Think of swimming. You can't master water by walking on land. Imagining strokes. You must dive in, you must move in water. It's the same with English. If you keep thinking in your native language, you're standing on shore, dreaming about swimming. But the moment you start forming thoughts in English, simple, daily thoughts, you've stepped into the pool. That's when transformation begins. Don't panic. You don't need to think in English all day tomorrow. You just need to start small. Start simple and repeat. Begin with the present moment. Say softly, "I'm watching a video. This tea is hot. I feel tired." Direct, simple, clear. Don't write them. Don't analyze. Just say them aloud. Whisper if you must, but say them. Each sentence is a crack in the prison. Do this daily. Speak what you see. Speak what you feel. Speak what you do, slowly. Translation will loosen its grip, and then one day, something magical will happen. Your brain will stop asking for translation. Words will flow directly in English. That is the first true sign of fluency. Not big words, not perfect grammar. Flow without translation. That's where fluency lives. Let's be clear. Translation is not just a habit, it's an addiction. And the only cure is daily immersion. Direct thought, constant flow. Break translation, and you break the chains. Break translation, and you unleash your natural English, the voice you've had all along. Let's face the truth. Fluency doesn't come from bursts of motivation, or 100 videos, or buying the newest shiny English app. Fluency is not built on moods. It's not built on excitement. It's built on the daily rhythm of your life, your invisible systems. If English is something you fit in when you're free, it will always remain outside your life. That's why you still struggle. English must become a lifestyle, not a subject, not a project. A living part of your mornings, your routines, your evenings, your rest. Here's the secret most learners miss. Every habit in the world is born from one loop. Cue, routine, reward, simple, unstoppable. A cue is the trigger. It's what tells your brain. Now is the moment. You already live with hundreds of cues every day. You wake up. Cue. You drink coffee. Cue. You unlock your phone. Cue. You hear a message ping. Cue. Your brain is a reaction machine, so why not attach English to these everyday cues? Imagine your morning alarm ringing. That's your trigger for one English sentence. The kettle boils. You say aloud, "I'm making tea." You unlock your phone. You read one English line before touching anything else. You don't need reminders. You already live with endless triggers. The key is to connect English with them, so practice becomes automatic. Now comes the routine, the action itself. Here's where most learners fail. They aim too big, too heavy, and their brain rejects it. I'll speak English for 1 hour every day. Sounds great, right? But your mind says, impossible. And the habit dies in a week. Instead, start small. Start with one sentence. Yes, one. Small enough to succeed. Powerful enough to build momentum that never stops. Examples? Wake up. Say, "Today I will grow." Washing your face. "This water is cold." Eating lunch. "This food tastes good." These are not grammar lessons. They are sparks. Tiny ignitions that train your brain to activate English again and again. Without hesitation, and repetition is everything. Once English becomes automatic through tiny cues and routines, fluency is no longer a dream, it's destiny. Finally, the reward. No, you don't need chocolate or money. The reward is the rush of progress, that flash of, "I did it." Your brain craves that feeling. Each time you succeed, cue, routine, reward, it wires the habit deeper, stronger, until it's unbreakable. Think of the first time you said a sentence without freezing. That's victory. That's momentum. That's the seed of fluency growing inside. So here's the loop. I see the cue. I speak in English. I feel the reward. My brain says, let's do it again. That's how habits are born. Not through pressure, not through willpower, through repetition tied to triggers that already live in you. Now let's map a simple day of English habits. A blueprint you can follow. Bend and repeat until fluency becomes your identity. Morning. One sentence out loud when you wake. Today is new. I will improve. Mirror. I look tired, but I am ready. Breakfast. This bread is soft. The coffee is hot. Work. I'm writing notes. I feel focused. Walking. The sun is bright today. Evening. I finished my tasks. I need rest. Cooking. I'm cutting onions. This pan is hot. Each action, a cue, a sentence. Before sleep. Close the loop. Say, today I spoke in English. I made mistakes, but I grew. Then whisper, tomorrow I'll do more. One day like this won't make you fluent. But 20, 30, 90 days? Your brain will transform. Your mouth will follow. Fluency is not built by pressure. Fluency is built by presence, making English part of your cooking. Walking, silence, breathing, living. And one day, you'll notice something miraculous. You didn't plan. You didn't push. The words just came. You spoke without even thinking. That's not luck. That's not talent. That's the quiet power of systems. And once the system is alive in you, fluency is inevitable. Here's the raw truth. Most learners don't fail. because they lack grammar or vocabulary. They fail because their mouth has never trained. They've read books, watched lessons, memorized lists, but their lips stayed silent. Their tongue never learned the rhythm of real speech. So when they finally speak, words feel heavy, broken, awkward, sentences stumble, rhythm collapses, and fear rushes in to take over. Not because they are stupid, not because they don't know enough, but because their mouth is untrained, like an athlete who never runs. Compare this with native speakers. Their tone flows like music. Their pauses are natural. Their rhythm feels alive, effortless, confident. It's not magic. It's not talent. It's training. Daily repetition of sounds, tones, and rhythms until the mouth becomes fluent on its own. That's why this part matters. 3 weapons will free your mouth: shadowing, mirroring, and repeating. Together, they build unstoppable flow. First, shadowing. Think of a musician learning a new song. They don't just read the notes. They listen, copy, repeat until it's inside them. Shadowing works the same. You play a short clip, 10 to 30 seconds. You speak with the voice, at the same speed, same rhythm. You don't analyze grammar. You don't stop for meaning. You copy sound, emotion, breath, like an actor rehearsing lines until they become natural. At first, your tongue may feel clumsy. Your brain may scream, "This is too hard." That's not failure. That's training in action. Because English is not just mental, it's physical. Tongue, lips, throat, membrutbangs, all must feel the music of English until it's second nature. Why does shadowing work? Because it bypasses hesitation. It forces your mouth into flow. It makes you feel fluent before you are fluent. Second, mirroring. This is not about words. It's about confidence. You copy not just what a speaker says, but how they say it. Watch closely. Their eyes, pauses, murn, smile, body language. Then mirror everything. Their confidence becomes your confidence. Their energy yours. Example, a speaker says, "I was so excited." Don't just repeat. Feel it. Show it with your eyes, your face, your hands, your breath. This transforms you from a textbook learner into a real communicator. You stop sounding robotic. You start sounding human, alive, connected. Third, repeating. The simplest weapon, but the most powerful. Choose short, useful sentences and drill them into your mouth until effortless. I don't know, but I'll try. That's interesting? Let's do it. I'm learning. Say them 20, 30, even 50 times a day. Say them while walking. Say them while cooking. Say them while waiting in line. Each repetition carves fluency deeper into your brain. These phrases are not just sentences. They're armor. They're tools. They're muscle memory that saves you when fear tries to return. Because when your mouth knows what to do, your brain relaxes, fear fades, words flow, confidence rises like a tide inside you. Most people never reach fluency because they never train their mouth. They study endlessly, but they don't speak. And silence kills fluency. But if you shadow daily, mirror deeply, and repeat endlessly, your mouth becomes fluent before your brain even notices. One day someone will ask, "How did you become so natural in English?" And you will smile and say, "I stopped thinking. I started training." Here's the truth no one wants to hear. The difference between fluency and failure is not talent, not luck. It's consistency. Pure and simple. You can watch 500 videos, install every app, write pages of notes, and still feel stuck. Why? Because you never built daily rhythm. Fluency is not a moment of inspiration. It's not one magical trick. It's the result of showing up every day until it becomes you. So here's the question. Can your life change in 21 days? The answer is yes, if you commit fully. without excuses, without delay. This 21-day English habit calendar is not for the half-hearted. It's for those ready to say, enough silence, enough waiting. It's my time. If you follow this path, each day will build momentum. Each habit will rewire your brain, and fluency will no longer be a dream. Day 1. The first voice. Speak one sentence the moment you wake. Today I begin my journey. Bonus. Write it down. Repeat it 10 times. Day 2. Describe your day. Say every small action aloud. I'm brushing. I'm opening the door. Bonus. Record 5 activities. Listen back. Day 3. Mirror the mirror. Look at yourself. Say 3 sentences. I look tired, but stronger. Bonus. Smile while speaking. Build self-trust. Day 4. Shadow the sound. Pick a short video. 30 seconds. Copy it word for word. Bonus. Record yourself. Compare with the speaker's voice. Day 5. Tell your story. Describe one thing from yesterday. I called a friend. We laughed. Bonus. Repeat it 3 times. Faster each time. Day 6. Mouth gym. Choose 5 simple phrases. Repeat each 20 times. I understand. Let's try. Bonus. Say them while walking outside. Day 7. Talk to the sky. Go outside. Describe everything. The sky is gray. The wind is cold. Bonus. Name 10 things around you. Day 8. The question game. Ask yourself 5 simple questions. What's my name? Answer. What's my favorite food? Answer's a bonus. Change your tone. Day 9. The phone rule. Switch your phone to English. Read 5 notifications. Bonus. Reply to 3 messages in English if you dare. Day 10. Repeat day. Pick any earlier habit. Do it again. Bonus. Write your favorite moment from practice so far. Day 11. The movie challenge. Watch one scene. Choose one line. Say it 10 times with passion. Bonus. Act it like the character. Day 12. Think in English for 10 minutes. Only think in English. I want food. I feel sleepy. Bonus. Write 3 of those thoughts. Day 13. Teach one word. Pick a word you like. Teach it aloud to an imaginary student. Bonus. Use it in 3 sentences. Day 14. Celebrate progress. Say 5 positive things about your journey. I'm speaking more. I feel braver. Bonus. Smile. Record yourself. Day 15. Future talk. Describe your future. I will travel. I'll speak freely. Bonus. Say it as if it's already real. Day 16. Shadow a new voice. Choose a different speaker. Copy tone, rhythm, pauses. Bonus. Try 1 male and 1 female voice. Day 17. Silent practice. Close your eyes in a quiet room. Speak 5 sentences. Bonus. Record. Then listen to how you sound. Day 18. Speed test. Take 1 sentence. I'm learning English every day. Say it 10 times. Faster each round. Bonus. Time yourself. Day 19. Emotional expression. Say 1 line in 3 feelings. Happy, angry, confused. Bonus. Record and compare the difference. Day 20. Real-life test. Speak to someone in English, even for 1 minute. Bonus. Write what you said. Then repeat it more confidently later. Day 21. Speak your transformation. Talk freely for 2 to 5 minutes. Record it. Compare with day 1. Feel the difference in your voice. By the end of these 21 days, you'll see it. Not talent, not luck. A system, momentum, a new identity alive inside you. Because fluency doesn't come from waiting. It comes from training, from daily sparks that, together, create an unstoppable fire in your voice. Stop for a moment. Forget the steps, the hacks, the plans. Look in the mirror and ask yourself one question. How long have you tried? 1 year? 3 years? Since school? Since childhood? And after all this time, why are you still silent? Still searching? Still afraid? Be honest. It's not because you're unintelligent. It's not because English is impossible. It's because you never built the habit to stay. People don't fail because they can't learn. They fail because they start, stop, restart, and quit until the habit dies and silence wins. They practice for a week, then vanish for a month. They write goals in notebooks, then forget them within days. It's the same cycle, and soon they whisper, "Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'll never speak." But that's not truth. The truth is, you didn't stay long enough. Think deeper. Every skill you've ever gained, walking, writing, cooking, was born from repetition. Not bursts of passion. You showed up daily. You didn't learn to walk by trying once a week. You didn't master your native language by practicing when motivated. You lived it. So here's reality. If you are still stuck, it's not your fault, but it is now your responsibility. Because today, you know the secret. You've seen the system. You have the calendar. You hold the blueprint. The only missing piece is your decision to begin if you walk away now. Let me be clear. You'll stay a beginner forever. That's the harsh truth no one wants to hear. Thousands will watch this video, feel inspired, comment thanks, and then return to silence, excuses, and waiting for a perfect tomorrow. But you? Yes, you don't have to be one of them. You can be the exception, the one who finally breaks the cycle of waiting, because this is bigger than English. This is about your future, your career, your voice, your confidence, your chance to be heard. Ask yourself, 6 months from now, fluent and fearless, how will your life look? Will you speak boldly in meetings? Travel freely? Will you finally stop hiding your ideas? Stop shrinking back. Stop doubting yourself every time English enters the room? Now flip the question, 6 months later. If you keep waiting, what will your life look like? Still silent? Still frustrated? Still searching? You don't need another reminder. You need a decision. 2 paths stand before you. One leads to waiting, the other to transformation. And the difference is not talent. It's not money. It's not time. It's one word, habit. And habits decide everything about your future. So here's my plea. Don't let this moment slip away. Don't close this video and return to excuses. Don't silence the voice inside you. Because if you walk away, the danger is real. You may never start again. And that would be the most tragic ending of all. But if you start today, even with one tiny habit, you've already changed your destiny. You've proven you are ready for freedom. Say this out loud with me right now. English is not something I study. English is something I live every day. Again, louder, with conviction. English is not something I study. English is something I live every day. That's your turning point. If this system gave you clarity, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe, share, comment your day 1 progress. Be part of this movement, because somewhere out there, someone is still trapped in silence, and they need this wake-up call. Let this be the one that frees them.